Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan, day 3 of the National. So, what's on store for me today? As I mentioned yesterday, I was going to try to stop at one of the booths to work on my 1978 Topps set. That didn't happen, so the first thing I'm doing today is going over to that booth, sit down, and go through some of their 78s. And then the only really thing I have on my agenda is possibly look at a big card, or a big card for me. I'm not sure if I'm going to decide to buy it or not. It may not be available, but we'll see. So potentially there could be a big pickup for me. If not, if that doesn't happen, then I'll look to fill in with some smaller cards that I need on my 100 cards for $100,000. So stay tuned for more information from the National. Well, day 3 turned out exactly as I had planned. I picked up a good number of cards for my 1978 Topps set, picked up a couple other vintage cards, and I did manage to pick up that big card that I was hoping to get. Really excited that I have that card in my collection now, and I'll be showing it off here. I didn't take much video of the showroom and the tables. I'm going to be doing that in my next recap video, because after my purchases on day 3, I'm pretty much tapped out. So maybe one card left to purchase. We'll see what that is. And also, we wrapped up the day with a second YouTube creator gathering over at the Lowe's Hotel. Great amount of fun. I have some video there that I'll just a brief video that I'll show, and a picture that those remaining YouTubers that were hanging around, we all got one group photo. So definitely had a great time on day 3. Looking forward to day 4. Okay, before I show off the big pickup for day 3, I ran into Dylan, Double D Vintage Baseball Cards, and he had, I think it was in his collection. I don't think he picked it up at the National here, but he knew he was going to be National and wanted to give me this 1986 Topps unopened cello pack with Wade Boggs on the front. I'm pretty sure I do not have an unopened cello pack. I have some rack packs, but I think this is my first unopened cello pack with Wade Boggs on the front. So Dylan, that is awesome. And then he also gave me a 2021 Panini Mosaic vintage card that he had. So Dylan, thank you very much. Really awesome there. I appreciate your friendship, and it was great to see you here at the National. All right, I'm just going to quickly show some of my 78 Topps pickups. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on them, but just to show you, hopefully you'll see here the quality of these 78s, and I'm hoping it'll focus here. There we go. So some of these are like really minty fresh. Corners are nice. These are ones that, I'm really being particular on the centering, the corners. I really want to put together a nice set. Most of these are common players. There's a couple semi-stars in here. Of course, the Joe Morgan Hall of Fame. So this was just one stack here. Really nice quality. I think there are 66 in all. Dave Concepcion. There's a George Foster League Leader card. Manager card. And here's the next group here. Again, just really quickly. We have the Bruce Sutter, Hall of Famer. Bill Lee. Some of those team cards are really hard to find centered. That's a really nice example right there. Lucky Dent. So really nice quality of cards here. Al Oliver. So I haven't done the calculation, but I was around, I think 75% of Bill Buckner from the Cubs. I think it was around 75% completion. It would not surprise me if these 66 cards here would get me to around 85%. So really, really happy make some progress on my 1978 top set. All right, the two other pickups that are on my 100 cards for $100,000. Found this really nice. You know how I love PSA 4s in vintage. Really nicely centered 66 tops Hank Aaron in a PSA 4. Yeah, there's a couple corner issues, but that's centering spot on. No creasing or whatever. Nice back as well. There's a little bit of discoloration, but I don't mind. They wanted $150 for it. I managed to get it for $110. So got a really nice deal on this 66 tops Hank Aaron. The other pickup, which is one that I have wanted for some time, couldn't find the right copy. I even tried to make a deal on a different copy of this yesterday. Just couldn't settle on price and found this other one, and the dealer was willing to work with me. So happy I chose this one. The 1953 Bowman Color Worn Spawn in a PSA 4. Now, at first you may say, John, you're all about centering. This one's off center, left to right, and you're right. But there are cards that, either depending on the design, the image, in this case, Warren Spawn's face and the patch there on his sleeve, that's where my eye goes to first. And when I look at this card, when I pick it up, I immediately look at his face there, and I don't really recognize the borders. It's only a secondary thing that I notice that it's a little off center. So this is fine with me. This is a perfect pickup. Really nice back as well. They wanted $225. I got them down to $185. So really happy with that negotiation and that purchase. I'm really happy that the seller was able to help me knock off one more Warren Spawn on my little player run that I'm working on. All right, finally, the big card. As you know, I added the 1954 Bowman Ted Williams on day one of the National. Well, that was my dream card to pick up at the National. The card that was my backup in case I couldn't find a Ted Williams is the card that I picked up on day 3. Never did I think I'd be able to add both cards to my collection at this National. But through the help of Mike, baseball collector Mike, thank you for helping with the negotiation, saving me $25 from what was the dealer's best offer. I was able to add the 1954 Bowman Mickey Mantle. Now, I had to go down to a 1 to fit it in with my remaining budget, and I don't have much left to spend. But this is just, I just love this card. There is some creasing to it, but love the setting, love the overall color to it. Now, that markup there, that's just on the plastic case. So, there's a couple creases here. There's a slight one through his face a little bit, but you really don't notice unless you're looking up really close. And the back is nice as well. A little bit of discoloration maybe, and you can definitely see the creases coming through, but man, when you match that up with my 54 Bowman Ted Williams, look at that pair right there. Don't they look gorgeous? So incredibly happy to be able to have both the Ted Williams and Mickey Mantle as pickups at this National. This has definitely turned into not only for my pickups, but for all the interactions with all the other YouTubers so far. This is definitely turning into my best National, so stay tuned. I have some video clip here, brief video clip of the gathering at night with the fellow YouTubers and the photo that was taken, and then it'll be on to day 4.
He was 25. Yeah.
Hi, Eric.